What happens when the one who always gave the benefit of the doubt finally opens their eyes? When the quiet, compassionate soul in the room is no longer just a silent observer, but someone who has been quietly noting every lie, every manipulation, and every betrayal. This is the hidden face of the empath, not the fragile healer that people imagine, but the evolving force Carl Jung indirectly pointed to in his ideas of the shadow, individuation, and transformation. Before we begin, subscribe to Mental Dose and join our Telegram community for early access to powerful insights on personal and spiritual growth. Now let's dive in. Empathy is not weakness, it is depth. Society often mistakes emotional sensitivity for fragility, but Jung's psychology reveals a different truth. Beneath the persona, the mask we wear for the world, lies the unconscious self. Empaths live close to this boundary. They feel deeply, read beneath the surface, and see what others overlook. But their triner, sensitivity is not naivety, it is pattern recognition. It is an inner radar tuned to dishonesty, contradiction, and hidden motives. Many empaths learn this early, raised in environments where they became the emotional buffer, the peacekeeper, the one who understood. This sharpens intuition but drains the soul. And because their care is quiet, its value often goes unseen, until they withdraw it. Narcissists mistake this softness for surrender. But when pushed too far, the empath transforms. Jung wrote of the shadow, the suppressed parts of ourselves we bury to keep peace. For empaths, that shadow often hides anger, assertiveness, and the right to say no. These are not flaws but strengths long silenced. When the shadow breaks through, the empath doesn't collapse, they rebalance. This is individuation, becoming whole, not perfect. The empath begins to honor boundaries, to detach when needed, to stop bleeding for people who wound them. Empathy remains, but now, it is guarded. What once was suffering becomes fuel for wisdom. And here lies the turning point. Narcissists expect collapse. Instead, they meet stillness. The empath no longer pleads, no longer explains, no longer dances to chaos. Jung called this enantiodromia, the swing of extremes into their opposite. The long-suffering empath, when broken open, does not shatter. They crystallize, they become deliberate. Forgiveness is chosen, not automatic. Trust is earned, not assumed. Their compassion remains intact, but it is no longer a leash for others to pull. This unsettles the narcissist more than any fight ever could, because how do you control someone who no longer reacts? The empath evolves into what Jung called the self, whole, balanced, unshaken by external validation. They stop proving their worth, they stop justifying their needs, they no longer apologize for existing. And the narcissist? Powerless. Because the empath has left the game entirely. This exit is not silence, it is a declaration. I know who I am, I know what I deserve, I no longer seek completion in your chaos. From this place, empathy becomes refined, it is no longer scattered like light into every shadow, it becomes focused, discerning, impossible to exploit. The empath becomes a mirror reflecting truth with calm precision. This is not cruelty, it is maturity. It is the strength born from fire. The empath who once suffered in silence now embodies integration, compassion, and strength in equal measure. They are not hardened, but unshakable, not reactive, but wise. And this is the narcissist's greatest miscalculation. They mistook evolution for weakness. But the fed-up empath is no longer prey. They are a force of nature, calm, whole, and untouchable.